Hey guys, it's Dave here, back again with another random little extra video because there isn't a podcast this week so far. So, if you've been on my channel, you may have seen that I did a PlayStation trophies like goals for 2022. So I thought, well, it would be fun. Let's do this for achievements as well because obviously we talk about Game Pass every single week. So let's go ahead. So let's just see where I am currently. So currently I have a 105,106 gamer score, which sounds more impressive than it really is, to be honest with you. And my stats, if we can get that up, is a completion percentage of 28.96%, which to be honest is very low. It's very, very low. So these are the things I want to change. So before we go too deep into what I want to do, let's look at the boys. Let's just see where they're at, and then I can kind of compare. So if we look at the big dog, Chris Pengelly, he's at 189,426. So Chris is realistically should get 200,000 this year, and if we look at stats, that is 35.34%, which isn't too bad at all. So if we go at Craig now. So as we can see, Craig's at 167,431. So he's behind Chris on achievements. He shouldn't be, to be honest. He's just not played the crappy games that we played. But his completion percentage is 57.37%, which is very good. Like, Craig is who we all want to be, to be honest with you. So with that context, what do I want to achieve this year? So we've got the goals up. So I've set myself these two targets by the end of this year. I would like a completion percentage of 32.5%, which is still not as much as Chris, but is a significant bump for me because the problem I have, it doesn't. So if you say, I think originally I wanted to do 35%, but then when you actually break that down, so you need to get achievements in stuff you've already played realistically, as opposed to beating new games. Like, beating new games to 100% bumps it up, but not much. So the reason Chris's is so high, I would hypothesize, is he plays a lot of the Radalika games, Telltale games, kind of stuff that you can get the 1,000 for just beating the game and beating it quickly. So that's why I think his true achievement score is like not that much better than Craig's, and Craig's might even be better, even though the achievements are less. It's somewhat complicated, but it makes sense once you're kind of into it. So I couldn't go too big because, as you can see from here, even with this 3.5% bump, it wants me to do 613 achievements in the games I've already played. So again, that doesn't sound like a big number, but then you think on average games have 40 achievements? So I'd have to 100% complete 15 games I've already started playing. You know what I mean? So like, when you look in that context, like 32.5 is still relatively ambitious, but it's one of those I think I could probably do. And I'd like to get to 35. I'd like to catch Chris on completion percentage because I don't think realistically I can catch either of them on gamer score. And as for gamer score, I want to get to 125 this year because it's a nice big number. Like, I've played Xbox since the 360 came out, so I really should have a better achievement score than I do. Like, it's not important, but it's just one of those things. Like, and especially in a podcast, you don't want to be the one with the worst for everything, do you? So I want to try and catch the boys. I say Chris is going to get 200k this year. He can just sit there, and Game Pass gives you enough easy ones. Like, I've done a couple of easy ones myself recently. If we look at games, I did Townscaper. It was on Game Pass. It took like 10 minutes. It's only 10 achievements, but it's 1,000 score. Obviously, the infamous Avatar: The Last Airbender, I finally got around to doing that 10-minute completion. A lot of these other games are going to take time. So, as we always do when we look at that, the easiest way to sort of ascertain the kind of games that I need to play are these low percentage games. So Skyrim, I can't even remember playing the Xbox One version. This is obviously on Game Pass. I could complete the game, and that will be a significant bump. You know what I mean? Like, some stuff like Age of Empires 2 for Windows, that's not going to happen. Beijing Olympics isn't backwards compatible. That's, like these type of games I obviously played with like my brother. Apparently I played The Crew. Don't remember playing The Crew. As you would have seen from our achievement videos, is all these types of games where I need to be playing. And there's some good ones on here. There's some games that like I could clearly play. Like, I've never completed Red Dead Redemption, for example. That would be a fun game to do. Lego Indiana Jones, I've barely played. Am I going to play Perfect Dark Zero? No, I'm not. Elder Scrolls Online, and Elder Scrolls game, Mirror's Edge was terrible. Like, this is what I'm saying. So these type of games, I just need to load them up, play them through, and I'll very quickly get to the 600 more achievements I want to get. And this is another way that I want to try and save money this year, because life's changing. I just can't spend 50, 60, 70 pound on new games all the time. Like Game Pass being, what is it, like 10, 11 pounds a month. That suits the kind of lifestyle I have right now. Like I've got rid of the PlayStation, so I just have the Xbox realistically for games. Like I have a Switch, but it's just going to be the games that you always play on Nintendo that get played on the Switch, your Mario Karts and stuff. So, but yeah, this is my very short video. I'd love the boys to do their own version of this. It would be fun to get some goals out of them. Like I would imagine Chris would want to get to 2000k and maybe 40%, maybe, for his completion percentage. Craig's an interesting one because he does so well anyway. Like I think Craig's maybe more gamer score than completion percentage, because I think Craig does pretty well on that. He's not one for collectibles, which is really his sort of, if there was something that if Craig were to get into collectibles, he would get to like 70%, I think. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this type of video, drop a like, drop a comment. We can do more of them. It's fun to do these short videos from time to time. Talking to ourselves is always good fun. So again, if you like it, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I will see you on the podcast.